Oh, hey, folks. Welcome back to the Nerdcast with my co-host Matthew, yet again.
Yeah, thanks for having me back, Grant.
So, Matthew, would you say you're a Halo nerd?
Oh, definitely.
What was your first Halo?
The first one I played was Halo Reach. I didn't have an Xbox 360 of my own, but one of my good friends growing up did. And I'd go over there almost every other day and we'd just play.
What's your favorite thing to do with Halo? What's your favorite thing? Multiplayer, campaign, Forge?
I love campaign because I love a good story, and Halo has that.
Yeah, it's definitely a sci-fi shooter that actually has a soul to it, unlike Call of Duty, Black Ops, or... It's definitely a series that has soul to it, you know?
It definitely does. I mean, even though Master Chief was started out as a character with no face and no identity, so the player could relate to him,
Which is stupid.
It really is. It's got a soul, and I really like that.
I just love the lore. I love the universe. It's such a deep sci-fi universe out there. It rivals Star Wars or
Star Trek, even.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're literally the first, up until 4 of the games, like, chronicled the entire 30-year war between the alien empire, the Covenant, and the UNSC. I mean...
And even the insurrection from before.
Yeah, the books are great. The books are amazing. They really flesh out the lore. The Forerunners are my favorite thing about the lore. I love the Forerunners. They have such cool technology. Even the artwork for the Forerunners is so good, you know?
Definitely.
It really the artwork of the levels captures the heart and soul and themes of the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I gotta say, like, reading the comics and everything, they just add another level to everything.
Oh, you've read the comics?
I've got some at home, yeah.
You read the one about the Spartan Forge going after the Covenant Warlord?
No, I have not.
Okay, so it's kind of like, it's a continuation of Spartan Ops. It was so good. I mean, like, somebody would say the Halo books are definitely really fill out a lot of blanks. They really continue to start going. Sometimes I've noticed a lot of the Halo novels. The newest one's coming out the latest Halo novel's coming out next week, by the way. And it's about, like, this Covenant Remnant faction is going to the Ark to activate the Halo Ray and wipe out all life. It's like a brute faction. It's going to be brutal. It's a sequel to Halo Wars 2. I'm looking forward to it. They even brought back... Okay, I'm not going to say it. That's a major spoiler warning,
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say who they bring back. But, you know, the games have such a cool level design. The mechanics,
Like, I mean, it's... On the surface, it looks like just another shooter, and in a way it kind of is, because it's like one of the first big shooters that came out of that came out on Xbox and was like the big thing, but it's got different levels of gameplay, I mean, and different mechanics, definitely. I mean, the grenades,
the sniper rifle,
love
the shotgun, and just the vehicle play.
The vehicles, yes.
My favorite level of any first-person shooter in my entire life is, you know, that level where you're on the Ark for the first time and you're getting by the Scorpion and you're just blowing shit up. Crap. Yeah, you're just blowing stuff up. You know, I also really, really like the Arbiter. I love the Arbiter.
The Arbiter is really great.
I want more... I'm going to show how much of a Halo nerd I am. Saying Healy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I like the elites. I like playing as them. It's cool. Halo 2 is probably my favorite.
That Halo 2 is going to be my second favorite, just because I started out on Reach. Reach is top notch for me.
What do you think has the best story, best campaign in your opinion?
Again, I'm going to go with Reach, just because of how it's like a prequel, and then it starts out with like the end, and then it flashes back.
Yeah. I love the sabers. I love the Starfire combat. They need more of
that was fun.
Speaking of Reach, have you heard about what they're doing with the modding community in the MT Master Chief Collection right now?
I've seen some of that stuff on the PC, yes.
It's amazing. You can literally create your entire maps with scorpions, scarabs, starships, like hundreds of players fighting each other in Forge World with scarabs, tanks, alien AI. It's amazing. I think the real future of Halo, in my opinion, is fan projects, modding. That's what I really think the future of Halo. Well, I shouldn't say, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're saying like the future of fan-made Halo stuff is going down modding and stuff.
Yeah, I really think. First of all, are you psyched for Halo Infinite?
I am psyched. Any Halo game, I'm happy for.
Did you like Halo 5?
I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I thought
same.
it was fun. I liked the kind of mechanic change up they had. I liked the holographic sights for the first time.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fun addition.
I liked Firefight.
That was good. I really like
Warzone. That was fun.
I will say the misdirection with the trailers and everything of Master Chief being hunted down was a little oversold, and that kind of played into how it got received in the end. But in the end, I really enjoed it.
Did you ever see Hunt the Truth? The Hunt the Truth podcast they were doing with, they had Dave Peel, the guy from Dave and Pal.
Key and Peele?
Yeah, Key and Peele, yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key?
Yeah. They had him playing a reporter who was like searching into the history of the Spartan Project from and Oni was selling him the information just so they could start an insurrection and they could kill two birds with one stone. They made him look like an idiot on public radio just to solidify their rule. Oni's evil.
They definitely are. They're the hidden hand that guides everything, no matter what.
Yeah. Do you think the Spartan Project was justified, in your opinion? Nerd to nerd here. Was the Spartan 2 program justified?
No, because it was created. They took child soldiers, trained them their entire lives just to fight off insurrections, because this was before the aliens were coming in. So I think it was totally messed up to take children and then turn them into soldiers at a young age just for a human insurrection before we even came into contact with aliens in Halo.
Yeah, do you think Halsey is evil or good?
She's neutral. She's definitely neutral, I'd say. I wouldn't put her as good or evil. She does everything kind of for the betterment of humanity, but she doesn't care how she gets there in some ways.
Yeah. What's your favorite Halo machinima?
What?
Have you ever heard of machinima?
No.
Red versus Blue.
Oh, yes.
Machinima.
Yes.
Red versus Blue, RB and the Chief. You ever seen that stuff?
Yes.
It's brilliant, right?
It is.
It's great. Red versus Blue is kind of like its own universe, and it set the bar and kind of created so much in nerd content. They are boundary pushing in so many ways.
It started memes. Not it started memes, but it added to its start.
Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for Red vs. Blue, probably the kind of content creation so many people do when it exists nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Halo sort of level that you played on?
Level, oh my god, there's
campaign
so many.
Level.
I'd have to look back at where you're going through the night op in Halo Reach.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just going through the village, you're half stealth, and then you can just burst into a firefight at any moment.
The alien ostriches, the alien emus.
Yeah.
It was fun to run those things over.
I never went that dark, Grant. I was more of a, look at them, and then kind of swerve around.
Humanity first. The human race will triumphant over the aliens, scum.
That was nowhere near where I was at. I wasn't going on that level. No.
Okay, I want a little Galactic Empire on you.
Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah, but I love the alien dinosaurs. Like that. Okay, what I missed from the original Halo were the alien dinosaurs we were supposed to get in the original Halo game,
Yeah.
Because the original Halo was so different, went through so many different ideas and phases.
I mean, it was originally going to be released on Apple, and it was going to be a top-down strategy game.
Then it became a third-person shooter with a squad of Spartans.
Yep.
And if you look at some of the alien races that were supposed to be in the Covenant from the get-go, not just the engineers, but there were literally alien cyclops, giants. And there wasn't going to be, a story. This is going to be, Destiny, or, Halo was going to be a giant ring world PvP battle between Covenant and humans. And honestly, if we ever made that kind of game that was that pure concept, I play that any day of the week over half the MOBAs in the console on the market right now. I would rather play as a mindless space marine versus alien thing on Ring World any day of the week over 90% of the freaking, what are they called? Games where it's freaking Fortnite, stuff like that. I would take. I hate how Fortnite and games like Fortnite and Battle Royales. That's what I was thinking of. I hate how those are destroying the market. I really hate how those games.
I wouldn't say they're destroying the market. I just say they're very popular at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of soulless. They are kind of soulless.
Definitely, that's why I really like games with a story mode.
Halo, even Call of Duty has a story.
I mean, even with Call of Duty, like I'd just go back and I'd replay the level so many times.
Yeah, they have good stories. The Black Ops stories were really cool.
Oh yeah,
the Black Ops stories, like literally fighting in cyber warfare, future war in space. I like that. Yeah. Back to Halo though. Something I really liked about Halo. Have you Halo 3 ODST?
Yes,
is gold.
It is great because it's like the one game where you're not a Spartan and you're not a super soldier enhanced. You're just a regular soldier with some special forces training, you know. But like you're still just a regular human without like, you know, super strength and all that fun
and you're
stuff.
Alone in a city.
Yes.
A dead city.
And it's kind of open world too, which was the first for Halo, and it hasn't been done since. I think we're going to get some more of that in Halo Infinite, but we haven't had anything like that since.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the new faction, the Banished. They do look pretty cool.
In Halo Infinite?
Yeah, they look awesome. They're space pirates. They're like the new Covenant. It's gonna be open world. Halo's gonna be open world. It's gonna be a lot like Destiny, and there's gonna be story-based campaign DLC. As in, they'll be expanding new areas and new missions and stories over the years, which I'm stoked for. And they bring back alien dinos, so I'm happy about that one.
Yeah.
Something I would say. Okay. Are you like one of those people that plays everything in the Halo level? You search for the hidden like lore boxes, the hidden like messages from like AIs and Forerunners.
Whatever I find. I mean, I don't go searching for all that stuff because I don't want, because it just feels like there's so much.
Have you heard of the Halo Iris PR campaign when they were making Halo 3?
It sounds familiar.
So get this, Bungie, and this shows how they're capable of taking over the world, and they've admitted that several times they want to take over the world.
Yeah.
They literally made numerous websites, used numerous fake accounts over social media, hired people to go release they hired little crazy homeless people, actors, to go on the streets and proclaim like aliens spoke to them. And through all these like little plot details hidden throughout the internet, it was like a search across the internet and the world around you to find clues in the next Halo game. That's how we got the Didact. That's how we got the Librarian. And it was so brilliant because this shows how much power and influence Bungie has. And they did all of this just to create PR for the new Halo game. Which it's awesome. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like horribly terrifying that they could do something like that.
They literally hired people to go in New York City and yell out like the names of like Forerunner stuff.
Yeah.
And like mixed weird prophecies just to prep up for Halo 3. That's terrifying. My favorite. Okay, what's your opinion on Halo Wars?
They're not my style. I've never been a fan of that strategy, like that real-time strategy games.
But the cinematics are amazing.
Oh, definitely. I cannot say anything bad about the cinematics.
What do you think about Spartan 4s? Are they as bad as all the fan base gives them crap?
The Spartan 4s?
Like Spartan 4s, Osiris, Fireteam Osiris.
I gotta be honest, I like the Spartan 4s because, they're the first, ethical Spartans in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the first ones that aren't, trained from childhood. They're like promoted basically. Yeah,
they're kind of like, they remind me of the Avengers. The Spartan 4s remind me of Captain America.
Yeah,
Avengers.
I was gonna say they're like a real life kind of Captain America like thing where they're just a soldier who's augmented. I mean, yes, Steve Rogers was a 4F, but
Captain Buck.
Oh yes, Buck.
Buck, I love that guy. Nathan Fillion to the extreme. He was such a good actor.
Like, I mean, he was great in ODST, and then all of a sudden I hear he's brought back for 5, and it was just one of the best.
Were you satisfied with his appearance and his work in Halo 5?
I was, yeah.
Where do you? So my favorite thing about Halo 5 was the Helios Civil War, where you go to Helios, you're fighting a war between the Covenant factions. That was like one of my favorite Halo.
That was great. I mean, it was so cool to see the Civil War and then actually go and participate in it.
Take everything out of Halo 5. That was freaking cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What would you want to do? What would you want to see in the next Halo Infinite?
I want to see a little bit more of probably humans, like some of the insurrection surviving. I think that'd be interesting because so far we've only heard about like the insurrection from before and then during the war and then after the war, but only in the books and comics. And I think it would be great to actually play a level against them or something.
Yeah. What kind of mechanics would you want to see them bring back from all? What's your favorite like weapon from the Halo games, and what would you want to see come back in Halo Infinite?
Favorite weapon, I'd have to put it between a tie between the energy sword, of course. I mean, everyone loves most people love them.
Yeah, the gun loadout in Halo 5 was amazing.
But I'd also add shotgun.
Nice. You have to admit, the Halo 5 gun loadout was amazing. You literally have decades worth of weapons from cross game, and you have hundreds of players running around shooting people with all sorts of weapons from different Halo games.
The sniper is one of my favorites too, but it's great.
What's your favorite game mode, like multiplayer?
Oh, I loved Invasion.
Yes. I also really like Slayer and Capture the Hill.
Oh, Slayer's great.
Capture the Hill, yeah. If I had to say something, this is going to be my closing question before we end the podcast. Do you think Halo has a future? Do you think it's gotten stale over the years, or do you think it still has its soul? And what do you think Halo Infinite could do for the saga?
I think if they want to keep it, because we've been following Master Chief for so many years, and I love Master Chief. He's one of my favorite characters, but I think we just need more variety in our characters, because we've only gotten like 2 like first person games where you got the Rookie in ODST and Noble 6 in Reach.
Well, I mean, you get Spartan Locke and Buck and Fire Team.
Oh yes, duh. Excuse me for forgetting 5. But it just
I think Halo 3 is the best co-op mode.
I think they just need to add more playable characters to a story mode that you can play as. Like, give the story, like give the player more people to latch on to while playing, instead of just this one central character. I'm not saying get rid of Master Chief. I'm saying keep him, but expand the universe a little more with more playable characters. Because for me, it comes back to he's the man without a face, and it's just gotten, like, I want to see his face. I mean, you got it a little bit in 4.
Yeah.
But it's just...
You like Mass Effect, right?
Oh, yes, I love
Mass Effect. Would you like to mix aspects of Mass Effect in with Halo? Do you think Halo would make a good RPG? They have been doing that lately.
If it involved your own player doing your own thing in like the Halo universe that followed like the Mass Effect thing, definitely. But I don't think I want to see like the stories from Halo that are there right now put into it. I
mean, like expanded lore side stories, stuff like that.
Oh, I definitely want to see like an expanded lore side story, like a spacer side story done in Mass Effect, or you play as an elite on the homeworld or something. Like, I definitely want a side story game like that.
Last question, I'll end this with this question. Who do you like, brutes or elites? Who's more of a great warrior, brutes or elites?
For me, it comes down to elites. I just love them. But then again, that's kind of just, they're a fun enemy for me.
Halo 3 had the best co-op because you literally had 3 elites and Master Chief.
Yes.
That was amazing. That's how I got into Halo.
Oh, definitely. Oh, and I mean, earlier I gotta say, I was like, oh, there's only like 4 playable characters. I forgot about the Arbiter too. I'm just reminding myself of that, but it just seems like I forgot about that, and I wanted to make that clear before we ended.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time, folks. Till next time, stay sane.